There's never been a better time to sell or trade your used car or truck.
Davenport Auto Park is ready to buy your pre-loved vehicle. The market is hot for used cars and we're paying top dollar.
Drive into Davenport today and turn your car into cash.
You'll get a cash offer on the spot. We'll even pay off your loan and give you a ride home.
Or we'll help you pick out a new ride.
Davenport Auto Park, Rocky Mount. For the ride of your life and the life of your ride. Davenport Auto Park, Rocky Mount.
Welcome to Cuisine with Jean and Duna Long. And yes, I'm saying that correctly.
You got it.
Of Turning Point. We're going to learn a little bit. I mean, what she does for our area is phenomenal. So you'll be getting to know her as I do. But first, Duna. Is that a family name? I've never heard that before.
It's a nickname. My real name is Stockton, and so it's a nickname of that.
You went from Stockton to Duna. Mm-hmm. Was this another sibling that couldn't pronounce Stockton? Or
yes.
what?
My sister was 18 months older and couldn't do it. So,
that's cute. So it just stuck all these years. Okay, because now Lanny Shuff, whom everybody watching knows Lanny Shuff, called me about you because you spoke at Kiwanis, and they learned so much about this money to help people with career paths that you do that we just thought, wow. I mean, we're going to, and one of those areas is culinary and is that, but very briefly, give us an overview of Turning Point.
We're a government agency that our 5 counties, Wilson, Nash, Edgecombe, Halifax, and Northampton, county commissioners appoint a board of mainly private industry. And they determine where the money's spent based on North Carolina Department of Commerce's data.
Mm-hmm. And you help train people and for specific jobs that are available, and you even help underwrite their jobs initially, if they make a commitment to, and while they get the training on the job, and then the employer takes them over, right?
Correct, and they have to qualify. So there are stipulations because it's government money. So they want to make sure it's going to people who are serious about their job search, and also it's got to be that they got to prove that they're going to stay with the job.
Yeah. And Dana, I think one of the things that she told me ahead of time. This is a real effort to pull together a lot of people who are working in silos.
Right.
To interact, to communicate, really...
Real good work has occurred there. My boss, Michael Williams, he's the director of Turning Point. He's a real collaborator.
Good.
And so he's pulled together the community colleges with kindergarten through 12th grade, those school systems, and 4-year universities and businesses, to talk about what is needed and how can we get there. And in the 10 years that I've been working on this, there have been great strides. We're not there. There's a lot of work still to be done, a lot. But we've done a good job. If you look, there are a lot of kids in high school now taking community college classes, which
early college.
Right, early college, or there's college and career promise. So you're in the high school where you go, but if you qualify, you can take community college classes. And why this is so important, it's not just about getting the 3 credit hours. It's also about giving them confidence that, hey, I could make it in college. I know how to get around at the campus. I know where the offices are to register. And that's real important for people who've never had parents that went to college.
Yeah.
So it's good for building confidence as well.
Well, I love what you do. In fact, if I were looking for a job right now, which I'm not, we're helping Sandra at WHIG, but I would be passionate. I could really get my teeth into knowing that you are changing lives.
Right.
And if you change one life, then the whole family, there are other people seeing this role model and more people get involved, and we are cooking.
Yeah.
Okay. The story was you had a friend around Christmas say, I'm going to come, and you had to pull together something.
Right.
So what do you call this?
Sweet potato soup.
Great. We love soups. I mean, what better time of year?
Right.
And what have you already cooked?
I sauteed onions and a little bit of olive oil, and now I've added in sweet potatoes. And may I continue to add?
And carrots,
right? Yep. So it's real healthy. It's a good thing to eat after Christmas, after we've eaten a lot of stuff that's not so good. It's full of vegetables and garlic. This is garlic and onions. So all of that has to saute for 7 minutes, I think it is.
You want to get it, and we're going to put the top to help it move along a little bit.
Yep.
But it's one large onion. It was a little bit of olive oil just to coat the bottom of the pan. 1 large onion chopped, 2 medium potatoes peeled and diced, 2 carrots peeled and diced, 2 cloves of garlic minced, and I think we've already put a little bit of the chicken stock.
Yeah.
Does that go in now, or does that need to wait?
Well, actually, let's look down there, and it says stir in 2 minutes, and I think we've probably given it 2. So let's stir in the stock.
Okay, chicken stock.
Great,
and it is the amount, 5 cups of chicken stock or vegetable broth?
Yes, and we'll give it a shake just to remix it. And then I grow my own rosemary.
Yes, indeed, right here. And it's this really smells. You know, I used to get at Christmas, I'd get those rosemary Christmas trees from Lowe's.
Yes.
Oh, and I was so sad when when they started dying, because I'd keep them as long as I could.
Yeah.
Now,
I grow it in my yard. It's funny, they'll grow in certain spots in my yard. I tried, several different spots, and it was like, I'm not going to live here. And then finally, I found a spot, and it's happy, and it's becoming a bush. It's about this big.
Do you have to cover it when it gets really cold here?
No, I've been letting it. So far, it's been okay. I've had it for about 3 years. And I love it because you can take that and boil it in water, and it'll make your house smell good. If you're not using it, like if you're, you had somebody on your show that cooked lamb chops, and that's great with
in fact, it was our mayor, Sandy Robertson, who did that.
Yeah.
So this is going to start cooking, and what you also add a tablespoon of chopped rosemary, and thyme leaves, a tablespoon of chopped thyme leaves.
Which are they
fresh also?
Yes, because I have a little pot of those.
And then you've got 2 large Granny Smith apples peeled and diced.
But we need to add those in a minute. Can I let this get to a boil?
Let's get that going.
I'm going to give it a stir again.
And so this is going to cook, it reads, for how long?
All right,
so 22 minutes to add lower heat and simmer 15 to 20 minutes until the vegetables are all tender, because you're going to want to puree them.
Right.
But we got to add the apples in before then.
Right.
So we will
just supposed to be 2 minutes.
And this is on high.
Right.
Boom.
There we go. We can say that's 2 minutes.
We have to watch it in here that we don't set off the sprinkler system. But I think you're good there.
Okay.
We are going to put on the screen your web address.
Thank you.
Now, can people go there and learn if you pique their interest for how they might get involved? Well,
you can always email me. The best place, if you want to go see somebody live, we have NC Works Career Centers in all of our counties. So like Edgecombe and Nash share one, and it's in Rocky Mount on Country Club Drive. So you can go into that center, and there are people who are trained to help you with all of these skills that we're talking about building.
And they will, if you qualify, then they will teach them to you free. They'll help you build these skills.
If they qualify, they'll usually send you to the community colleges, usually where they're taught. But sometimes we bring people in. It just depends on what the skills that's needed. We try and work. We have a business team, Carissa Rudd and Franz Williams, and they go out to the businesses and say, what do you need and how can we help you? What's missing? And then we try and direct towards that.
I'm such a fan of our community colleges for getting, partnering with the high schools. I know I'm on the board at Rocky Mountain Charter or Prep, and we've got that. We've got early college. I mean, we bus kids over to Nash Community College, and they take the courses, and it's more to keep them in the pipeline, to find something they like that will keep them engaged and help them build their skill set. And the fact that you identify those and help underwrite it too is wonderful.
And what's so good about the work that's being done now is we're doing it based on data. It's not like, we think, or it seems like. It's based on data. What's going on in our region, and then how can we help meet those needs? And so we're going into the schools and trying to help kids figure out what's inside of them, and then what does that match in the jobs that are out there. So it's career exploration. The schools are doing a great job of trying to help kids figure out at a young age. They're starting down in elementary school. What are you thinking about going towards? Because this matters at this stage to start taking the right classes to get you there. But the good news is, even the people that don't get it the first time, there's hope because they can come to the NC Works Career Center. Everybody's welcome. Your age doesn't matter. I go wherever I'm needed. And I worked in Wilson County Library. I had a lady who was 70 years old and wanted to change careers. And we worked together. There's a great website called nccareers.org, put out by Commerce, and it'll help you. These are the jobs I've had, so these are the skills I have. So how could I apply that to a different job? So it's great work to help you think outside the box. Maybe I'll switch and do a different job that pays better.
And I've seen people who have retired from their other jobs who are lonesome, or they want to get out and you live longer if you keep your brain active and you keep your body active and, even work part-time or more and have the socialization. So, and we need to take a quick break let's go ahead and pour the apples in, the two Granny Smith.
Thank you.
Peeled and chopped, and let them start softening. And we come back. She made croutons for this, folks. I mean, how cool is that? She made homemade croutons. So we're going to puree the soup if it gets soft enough, and we're going to show how to make croutons.
Sounds good.
We'll be right back.
There's never been a better time to sell or trade your used car or truck.
Davenport Auto Park is ready to buy your pre-loved vehicle. The market is hot for used cars and we're paying top dollar.
Drive into Davenport today and turn your car into cash.
You'll get a cash offer on the spot. We'll even pay off your loan and give you a ride home.
Or we'll help you pick out a new ride.
Davenport Auto Park, Rocky Mount. For the ride of your life and the life of your ride. Davenport Auto Park, Rocky Mount.
Your cabinets draw the most attention in your kitchen. They have to last through the hard use of a happy home. Family dinners, game nights, late night snacks, and parties. So when it's time to upgrade or to renovate that kitchen of yours, maybe even to build that dream kitchen in your new home, do you really want to settle for cabinets that could be subpar, do you? Where can you find quality cabinets along with customer service that you can depend on? The solution is simple. You buy your cabinets from a locally owned family business, Magazine Cabinets. Magazine Cabinets sells cabinets that combine solid traditional quality construction with the hand-finished look that is simply stunning when on display.
Customer service was great. I had a warm feeling about the whole situation. So, at the end of the day, I felt great about coming here and giving him my business.
The owners, Dennis and Lorna, pride themselves on their work and ensuring your satisfaction. When it's time to upgrade, choose Magazine. They have a quality you can trust from locals you can depend on.
Thank you for staying with us. Duna, this soup, the fragrance, it was like, oh, wow, cool. People were coming in from other areas of the studio. What is that? And we'll show it to you in just a minute. She's pureed it, went ahead and cooked it. But let's get the croutons started.
Okay, sounds good. I've got a couple of tablespoons of olive oil heating up in the pan. And then I just diced bread into small cubes. This is just whole wheat bread. That's what I like. But you can use whatever you have.
Okay.
And actually, if it's stale, if it's a couple of days old, it's actually easier to cut and use.
And holds up better.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you need to sizzle it before you throw it in, or you think it's okay to throw it in?
I think it'll be fine because we want it to absorb the olive oil because that gives it the flavor.
Mm-hmm. And again, your friend said, I'm coming over, and Duna just whip this up, folks. So that shows, it hasn't been time consuming.
No.
It's pretty easy.
And they loved it. They ate all of it. So that's the test. Yeah. Let me know.
While you're stirring that, I'm going to just say once again, it's 1 tablespoon of olive oil, the large onion, this is for the soup, chopped, 2 medium sweet potatoes peeled and diced, 2 carrots peeled and diced, 2 cloves of garlic minced, 5 cups of chicken or vegetable stock, a tablespoon of chopped rosemary, a tablespoon of fresh chopped thyme leaves, 2 large Granny Smith apples peeled and diced. You just cook the onions for 5 minutes, and then you put in the carrots and the potatoes and add the garlic. Cook 2 minutes, stir in the stock, add the apples, and then just cook it for about 15-20 more minutes till it gets soft enough that you can puree it. And you don't even have to puree it.
No, you could eat it chunky.
So you're tossing those to coat them really well with the olive oil that's in there.
Right, and also keeping them, so they don't, one part doesn't burn,
So do you feel like for most time when you're cooking those, you have to keep stirring them for that reason?
Yes. And I am one who, if I leave it, I will forget it. So I just stay right with it. And if it's all right, I'm going to add I did a tablespoon. I like seasoning. So I did a tablespoon of Italian seasoning.
And you buy the dried Italian seasoning, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm just going to stir that in. And it just adds a nice flavor.
What are you looking for? Are you looking for those to look toasted?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they smell good too, that with that Italian seasoning. I'm surprised you didn't chop up your own fresh seasoning. So
it would have been a good idea, wouldn't it?
What besides rosemary do you have
at home? Just the thyme. In the summer, I grow basil because I like pesto.
Oh, definitely. These just smell so good,
don't they?
What is your background for how you ended up with this job with Turning Point?
Well, before this, I was working at a Chamber of Commerce in an education partnership, and I was working on Work Ready Communities, ACT, that gives the college entrance exam. They also have an assessment that the high schools and the community colleges in North Carolina give to certain students, and it can tell a business, can that person read for work, do math for work, like read a ruler, can they know what a ½ inch is versus 1½ inches, and also locate information, read graphs. And so because North Carolina was giving that to a lot of people, we have thousands of people in Edgecombe and Nash counties who have taken the assessment, have gotten different scores on it, and so why not use it? Like Cummins does use it. They require it. And so I was hired at first just to go let businesses know that this tool's out there to help you with hiring.
Well, I think what you do, I mean, as far as knowing that your job really matters. I mean, you have to just get wonderful feedback seeing young people and not so young. I mean, you mentioned the lady's 70, not that she's not young, but we'll call her young. But I mean, to take their skill sets or interests or both and match them with something so they can earn a living and support and the dignity that one feels when you have a job.
That's so true. And one of the things that's so good about this work is we really are trying to help people come out of poverty by earning a livable wage. So when we pay for somebody to go to school, it's so that they can then have a job that pays a livable wage. So it's the example, the easy one is like if you're a certified nurse and assistant, that's something you can get in high school through a community college, and we're pushing, and that's happening in our high schools.
They're so needed.
They are so needed. Well, but we don't want them to stay there because that pays around $10 an hour. And if they'll just go to the community college for 2 more years and take nursing classes that are challenging, but they're tutors to help. There's all kinds of support at the community college. But just 2 years of nursing school, they're making $20 more an hour.
20 more?
$20 more an hour.
Wow.
Now, these are averages. So that's incredible. A 2-year degree to bump you up $20 an hour. Yeah. So that's important for people to know, and we're trying to get the word out, which is why I'm here. That
I thought you were here because you wanted to feed me some of this really good soup.
That too.
I'm all into that.
Yeah. Good. So it's really good work, and I have to say, there are young people who drop out of high school and don't go to work, and we work with them. Brian Atkinson is our youth coordinator for that, and we have people who go out and work with those students to help them find careers that they're interested in that are in demand in our area and paying a livable wage. And like we'll help them get work experience because that's a lot of it, finding a job to help you enter so that you can say, yes, I have experience in that field.
And they wouldn't know how to go out and interview and find the job. So the fact that you're already working with employers who want the people with these skill sets, and
Right.
then you pay what for the first 6 months potentially while they develop their skills.
If they qualify, there's there are all kinds of, but yes, and so it's really good work. It's really good work, led by an incredible boss. He gets it. He's all about his communities that he's working with.
Well, and again, if you missed the beginning, you need to go back and watch this. And her recipes for this fabulous soup and the croutons will be on our website, Cuisine with Jean. But we're also putting your web address up there.
Thank you.
Excuse me, and you can, they can email you
Yes.
on that.
Be happy to help.
But we just really want to get the word out because people who are, thinking, and also I think a lot of people are finding that with inflation and their money didn't go, retirement money didn't go as far, or maybe they've retired from their job and they want something else to do.
A lot of people are in that situation, and so there are lots of resources out there for them. And I would encourage you, if you're in that situation, go to our NC Works Career Center on Country Club Drive, and they will help you and find out what you want, what you're interested in, what your background is, what you want to do. And sometimes we don't know what we want to do.
Right.
And so there are assessments that we have that can help. All this is free, too, because it's government funded. So it's all free, and it's open to everybody. We work with people with barriers like my colleague, Fritz Williams. We do a lot of work with people who have been in prison and they're reentering the workforce.
Great.
And so we'll help them build their skills. So really good work going on.
Yeah.
But a lot more needed.
That's the new building near former Stony Creek Fire EMS building, and near Hunter Hill Shopping Center, right? That new big NC.
Yes. That's
beautiful
where we
building.
are. It's a beautiful building.
Well, that's very centrally
I've got
located.
the address. It's right there.
Okay, and it's near the Salvation Army. It's near Word Tabernacle Church. It's near the intersection of Country Club and Hunter Hill.
Right.
And boy, it's brand new building, so that very good location. Let me slide this over while that's, and I don't want to deter you. We don't want to burn the croutons.
No, we don't.
But I want to be sure people see this. This just looks wonderful, and you pureed it. It still has a few chunks in it.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have quite enough time to cook it all the way down. But people can see that, and when we come back after, we're going to take a break and come back and eat it, and I can't wait.
All right. Sounds
So
good.
is that about ready, or they need to be?
They really aren't browning as much as I'd like, but we can make do.
We might just whip them up to high real fast and move around before we come back.
That sounds good.
So, okay, folks, we'll be back in just a minute. Stay with us.
Your cabinets draw the most attention in your kitchen. They have to last through the hard use of a happy home. Family dinners, game nights, late night snacks, and parties. So when it's time to upgrade or to renovate that kitchen of yours, maybe even to build that dream kitchen in your new home, do you really want to settle for cabinets that could be subpar, do you? Where can you find quality cabinets along with customer service that you can depend on? The solution is simple. You buy your cabinets from a locally owned family business, Magasin Cabinets. Magasin Cabinets sells cabinets that combine solid traditional quality construction with the hand-finished look that is simply stunning when on display.
Customer service was great. I had a warm feeling about the whole situation. So, at the end of the day, I felt great about coming here and giving him my business.
The owners, Dennis and Lorna, pride themselves on their work and ensuring your satisfaction. When it's time to upgrade, choose Magasin. They have a quality you can trust from locals you can depend on.
There's never been a better time to sell or trade your used car or truck.
Davenport Auto Park is ready to buy your pre-loved vehicle. The market is hot for used cars, and we're paying top dollar.
Drive into Davenport today and turn your car into cash.
You'll get a cash offer on the spot. We'll even pay off your loan and give you a ride home.
Or we'll help you pick out a new ride.
Davenport Auto Park, Rocky Mount. For the ride of your life and the life of your ride. Davenport Auto Park, Rocky Mount.
The best part, we get to taste it. And again, this was something that Duna Long, Dunalong, with Turning Point, and we're getting her information on the screen. She pulled a bunch of stuff she had in the house together to make this when a friend was coming over. And the friend ate every bit of it and thought it was just, and I always am looking for a good new soup recipe. I mean, soup is comfort food. We all need comfort food. As I was sharing with you, when my house burned down, we all have different life circumstances where we can benefit from this. But this is really good. In culinary, the 4 different areas that you help place people, the 4 different links, what are they?
Career pathways. So there are 4 that are growing in our area. Again, my boss is very collaborative. He works well with other people. So he got not just our 5 counties, but 20 counties in northeastern North Carolina. Those workforce boards worked with us. We all worked together, and we studied our whole area, and there are 4 that are growing. One is agri-science biotechnology, which is what culinary falls under. Business support services, which is like IT, falls under that, and then administration, things like that. Advanced manufacturing, which that one's obvious, like Cummins and manufacturing. And then the 4th one is, health care.
Yeah, definitely need more healthcare workers.
And nearly everywhere in the United States is in that situation. So those are the 4 paths that are growing in our area that pay a livable wage. And it's all based on data.
Great. We love what you do. I mean, when Lanny Shuff told me that what you had presented at Kiwanis, but also she's willing to come to other places to speak too, because we need to help her network. She's helping us and our community, living wages, taking people who don't know where to start to get in the workforce, and she's your ticket. So be sure and stay approached to get the website and come. And this will be on Cuisine with Jean. We are so glad you came.
Thank you for
having me.
having
And now that you know how to do this, you might want to come back.
Yeah, I'll come back.
Will you come back?
Yeah, I'm a pro now after one show.
And we are so thankful for our sponsors, and we really appreciate your watching us and sharing great recipes with you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
There's never been a better time to sell or trade your used car or truck.
Davenport Auto Park is ready to buy your pre-loved vehicle. The market is hot for used cars, and we're paying top dollar.
Drive into Davenport today and turn your car into cash.
You'll get a cash offer on the spot. We'll even pay off your loan and give you a ride home.
Or we'll help you pick out a new ride.
Davenport Auto Park, Rocky Mount. For the ride of your life and the life of your ride. Davenport Auto Park, Rocky Mount.